Now, RefID management. That's a topic that might be sometimes a bit underestimated. Let me say what it's supposed to do. But you've seen in many objects, you know what RefID is. It's a globally unique ID for a object. Its definition in the context of CIF, it's a GUID, exactly 32 characters, all uppercase, and these are the only characters allowed. So no dashes, no other things, no spaces, nothing. A RefID is unique for each object and should be permanently related to that object. That means if in your database have student data. Now you send that off to the SIS, and at that time you create a RefID because you would not have one in your database, for example. Send it to the SIS. You have to keep that RefID. Because next time you send that same object again, you have to reuse the same RefID. The RefID should be permanently assigned to that object. So if you throw that RefID away, next time generate a new one, when you send the object again, no, that's not safe. So you have to keep that RefID in one way or the other related to the object it belongs to when it was first associated with the RefID. There's some challenges in that sometimes. Came up with 3 here. I'm sure there's maybe more, but occasionally, first, you don't have access to the database. You can't modify your structure of the database because it's maybe a third-party database. What I'm going to do there? Where am I going to store the RefID? Or how do I actually create the RefID? That follows that thing here. I have some answers there, and again, these are the only answers. I'm sure there's more. These are the things I had to do in the past with different places I worked, wrote agents for. Store a RefID. That's the ideal world. You have full control over your database, then you just add a row for the appropriate object and store it in there. The relationship is very simple, basic. That's great, but rarely the case. You can't do that, or at least it was not very often the case so far, where I had that flexibility to do that. What do I do then? Oh yeah, well, I cannot exist. Like existing tables I cannot change, or so I add in the schema a mapping table, which gives me it's a very basic mapping table. There's no rocket science there, and I'm sure when I show you, you go, yeah, why are you telling us that? I know that, but for completeness, I'll show you anyway. Your local ID, your object type, RefID. You might use a different structure, but you see the student with that local ID has that RefID. So every time again, when I go and send an update for a student, or someone requests data for a student, right, I now can, based on the local ID, I can relate that back to the RefID and reuse that RefID next time, instead of generating a new one from scratch. The other option is if you have no access to the schema. Yeah, well, you might have to create an own schema where you put the same table in there and then work from there. Again, you might have another idea right now. Please feel free to mention it, but these are options you have. It might or might not work for you. It has worked so far. One of the 3 options has always worked for me so far, but doesn't mean it's for everyone. So.